Now we start new article. Expression for angular momentum in term of moment of inertia. We consider a rigid body which is made from n number of particle and rotating about an axis with angular velocity omega. Now the first particle mass m1, velocity v1, linear velocity, and this is distance from axis r1. Second particle mass m2, distance from axis r2, linear speed v2. Third particle m3 is the mass, v3 the linear speed, r3 is the distance from axis. So nth particle means you can see here this diagram is similar to the previous article. Now here the procedure of this derivation is similar to the previous one. We obtain expression for kinetic energy of the rotating body. In that we obtain kinetic energy of first particle, second particle, third particle, nth particle, and we add all the kinetic energies, then we get kinetic energy of the body. Similar here, we obtain angular momentum of the first particle, second particle, third particle, nth particle, we add all the angular momentum, then we get angular momentum of the rotating body. So here angular momentum of the first particle is, so here L is equal to R into P. This is the formula. Means here angular momentum is equal to R into the linear momentum. So it's the first particle. So L1 I use is equal to R1 P1. Now here P is a linear momentum. So for that linear momentum, we know the one formula for linear momentum. P is equal to mv. So it's the first particle. So m1 v1 I can write. So we get a formula R1 M1 V1, and then you know that V is equal to R omega. So for that we can write V1 is equal to R1 omega. So we cannot write here omega 1 because omega is the same for all the particle, it is constant. So here we get R1 M1 R1 omega 1, and this R1 and R1 we can multiply and we get R1 square. So this is the equation number 1. So this is angular momentum of the first particle. Similar way we have to find out second particle angular momentum. Same method. So angular momentum of second particle is, so L2 is equal to R2 P2. Then again we have to use P2 is equal to M2 V2. You can see here. So P2 is equal to M2 V2. This is the reason for this step. Then V2 we can write here, V2 is equal to R2 omega. So after writing that we get the next step. So here then R2 and R2 square we get. So we get, this is expression for angular momentum of second particle, and it is equation number 2. So we get angular momentum of first particle, second particle, third particle we obtain by same way, fourth particle. Now I am directly writing for nth particle, and then we add all the angular momentum. So now angular momentum of nth particle is Ln is equal to Rn Pn. Now again here Pn is Mn Vn and Vn is Rn omega. So we get Ln is equal to this, and equation number 3. Now we can find out angular momentum of rotating body by adding all the angular momentum of the particles. So L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 dot 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 Ln. Now we substitute their values. So this is L1, L2, L3 we substitute. Now here in every angular momentum omega term is a common. So omega we can take common. So except omega, whatever we are getting, we are written in a bracket and then omega. And this bracket is, we can write summation MIRI square, and which is moment of inertia. So we can write angular momentum is I into omega. So here we get expression for this angular momentum, which we already used in the previous article also. So this is expression for angular momentum of rotating body. This is a very important article. This article is already asked in the previous board exam, so you have to prepare it very well. Now we start new article, torque acting on rotating body. This article is similar to the previous article. kinetic energy of rotating body and angular momentum. So we consider here a rigid body made from n number of particles rotating about an axis with angular acceleration alpha. So this is body made from n number of particles. The first particle having mass m1, distance from axis r1, and the force acting on this particle is f1, and the acceleration of this particle, linear acceleration, is a1. Second particle, mass m2, force f2, distance r2. Third particle also we can show somewhere. Fourth, fifth, sixth, the nth particle, mass mn, force fn, distance rn. Now the procedure is similar. Now we find out torque acting on first particle. Torque formula is force into distance, F into R. So it's the first particle, so we can write F1 into R1. Now by Newton's second law of motion, we can write F is equal to ma. For first particle, so F1 is equal to m1 a1. So that we substitute here m1 a1, this R1 as it is. Now next step, this a1 we can write. So you know that A is equal to R alpha, relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. So it's the first particle. So A1 is equal to R1 alpha. So we are not writing here alpha 1 because alpha is same for all the particles. So here we get this step. Now R1 square. So we get torque acting on first particle and it is M1 R1 square alpha. Similarly, torque acting on second particle, torque 2 is equal to F2 R2. Now here F2 we can substitute M2 A2. Then, so here we substitute F2 is equal to M2 A2. Then after that, again A2 is R2 alpha. After substituting that and solving this, we get torque acting on second particle and it is M2 R2 square alpha. Similarly, torque acting on third, fourth, fifth, and the nth particle we can write. So torque acting on nth particle. So torque acting on nth particle is Fn Rn. So that Fn we can write Mn An. Then An we can write Rn alpha. So here we get torque acting on this nth particle is Mn Rn square alpha. Now torque acting on body is addition of all the torques. So torque 1 plus torque 2 plus torque 3 plus dot 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 torque n. Now we substitute the values of the torque. So we get here alpha common in every expression. So we can take alpha common. So as we take alpha common inside the bracket, we get this term and this is summation mi square. And this is nothing but the moment of inertia. So torque is equal to moment of inertia into angular acceleration. And this is expression for torque acting on rotating body. This derivation is also asked in the board exam. So it is important. You have to prepare it very well. Now the next article from this chapter number 1 is principle of conservation of angular momentum. यहाँ पे conservation का मतलब है constant. क्या constant है? Angular momentum constant है. तो यहाँ पे स्टेटमेंट में बता रहा हूँ, मैथमेटिकल स्टेटमेंट देखो. कब एंगुलर मोमेंटम कांस्टेंट है? इफ टॉर्क इज 0 देन एंगुलर मोमेंटम हम L से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, तो एंगुलर मोमेंटम इज कांस्टेंट. एंड दिस इज अ external torque, external resultant torque acting on body 0, then angular momentum is constant. So we can write, so here the statement, if external torque acting on the rotating body is 0, then angular momentum of the body remains constant. Means you remember that much portion, then definitely you're able to write the statement of the conservation of angular momentum. Now here we have to prove this. So proof. So we start with the angular momentum formula which is known to us. So we are writing vector form here. L bar is equal to R bar cross P bar. Now after that, differentiating this equation with respect to T, we get. So d by dt we apply to this side, and here d by dt of R bar cross P bar. Now we use multiplication rule of the differentiation. So this d by dt we can apply first to P bar and then to the R bar. You can see here. So R bar as it is, dP bar by dt plus sign, then d by dt to the R bar and this P bar as it is. So this is the multiplication rule of the differentiation. Those who have mathematics, definitely no problem, but without mathematics student, you remember here we get this by multiplication rule of derivative. Now after that, dr bar by dt, it is v. So instead of this, we can write v. Now next, dp bar by dt is f. So instead of this, we can write f bar, basically in vector format we are writing, and p bar we can write later on mv bar. So this p bar, next step we can write mv bar. So here we can write mv bar. Now after substituting everything, we get here equation number 1, dl bar by dt, that's left hand side as it is, this r bar cross f bar plus v bar cross mv bar. This m we can take it outside, then we get v bar cross v bar. So you can see here r bar cross f bar and then m outside, v bar cross v bar. But here this v bar cross v bar is 0, because you know that v bar cross v bar is coming v sine 0, because vector with itself the angle is 0. So it is sine 0 is 0, so it is coming 0. So we are written here, it is 0. And this r bar cross f bar is the formula of the torque. So we can write torque instead of that. So we get formula of dl bar by dt is equal to torque. So this is a formula. Now in that, we substitute torque is 0. If I consider torque is 0, then we get expression dl bar by dt is 0. So we get this one. Now after that, if derivative is coming 0, it means that the quantity is constant, because derivative of the constant is 0. So it means that L is constant here. So this is constant. So we can write the same law like this way also. L is I omega. So I omega is constant, and this is proof. Okay, this is proved. Okay, we proved law of conservation of angular momentum. Now let's see some example. अब example देख सकते हैं in daily related to the daily life. Acrobat, diver, skater, they are using this principle. Now we are using this principle. Let's see some example here. Ballet dancer. Now you can see here a picture. In that, ballet dancer is there. Now initially this is the axis of rotation of the ballet dancer. Okay. Now when hands are outstretched, you can see this is a hand. Hands are outstretched. So that time the moment of inertia of the body is larger. Now see here, conservation of angular momentum is I omega is constant. It means that I and omega, they are inversely related. It means that moment of inertia is larger, smaller the angular velocity. Now you can see here, when the ballet dancer's hands are outstretched, so this distance r is larger, so I is larger. If I is larger, then omega means speed of the rotation is smaller. So this is the principle. As suddenly the dancer fold her hand, then what happened? The speed of the body increases, angular speed. You can see in a video, I'm playing this. Now, initially the moment of inertia of the body is larger. The speed you can see here, the speed of rotation is smaller. But as suddenly the dancer fold her hand, you can see the change in the speed of the body. Why speed increases? Because omega increases, because I of the body decreases, because here I omega is constant, that you note. I is greater, omega is smaller. Now when hands are folded, that time I decreases, so omega increases, and this is the conservation of angular momentum. Same principle, the diving in a swimming pool, the swimmers are using. You can see here, when the body is when diver dive, then he fold the legs and hand, then speed, angular speed of the body increases. At the closing point, the body is outstretched, so moment of inertia increases, so angular speed decreases. You can see a difference here. Now another example is, you learned Kepler's law in 11th standard. So the Kepler's law, second law, it is aerial velocity of planet is constant. The speed of planet increases, in that you know that speed of the planet increases when planet is closer to the sun. You can see here the planetary motion. When the planet is, this is sun. When planet is closer to sun, its speed increases. You can see any one. Now you can observe this planet with the larger radius, this red one. So when it is coming closer in this patch, the speed you can observe. It is moving faster. Why it is moving faster? When planet is at larger distance, that time r is larger. So you know that I is mr square. R is larger means moment of inertia is more. Moment of inertia is more. Moment of inertia is more. It means that omega is smaller, that you remember. So here omega is smaller. So here lesser omega when distance is more. But when a planet is coming closer to the sun, distance decreases, moment of inertia decreases, and because of that, omega increases. So this formula you remember, I omega is constant. So I and omega, they are inversely related. Okay? Larger the moment of inertia, smaller the angular velocity. And because of that, we have written the second law, aerial velocity of the planet is constant. Means here, when the planet is closer to the sun, here, in same time t, it covers larger distance. But in the same time here, the distance is smaller because here angular speed is smaller, omega smaller here. That you note. Why smaller? Because distance is larger, moment of inertia is larger, so omega is smaller. So I hope you understood this. So these are the examples of law of conservation of angular momentum.